Do you want to do the intro this week, Marcus, or do you want me to?
No, I can knock it out.
All right, knock it out of the fucking park, dude.
Hello. Welcome to the Kate Upton Bull, John Madden, Final Fantasy VII.
This guy's back.
Radio cast. No. Bull 7, Kate
Yes.
Upton, John Madden Bull podcast.
Yes,
We're here with Small Dick Jake and Big Dick Mason.
I'm. This guy doesn't
and I'm
like
your
me.
host, Marcus. Or whatever, you know? It's like it's like a radio intro. Call him up. Stinky Bob or whatever his name
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
talk about like the biggest breasted woman of the week.
The
Maybe
biggest
she doesn't-
breasted, the biggest titty hoe of the week. Who is it?
Yeah. Dalton,
I'd probably go with
Genslinger.
Trent.
Oh, Trent. Trent's a good call.
He does have those honkers.
Kind of wins that one by default. It's kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna give myself runner up. Yeah, we should have they should. Let's drop fantasy football. Let's start talking about the frickin' cheerleaders on the frickin' sidelines. Okay.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
You just draft the Dallas Cowboys first overall and you win. So.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Hey.
Or the Miami Dolphins for once.
are they actually hot down in Miami? Do they wear like? Yeah.
I mean, they hire from like the city, so I mean,
Yes. But does that even work in Miami's favor? Really?
Yeah, I used to know this dumb broad who was like, I'm gonna become a
Go off.
Dallas. No, it was a Houston Texan cheerleader. I was like, oh, your family's from Houston? She's like, no.
Just
Uh,
yeah, just like those.
okay. So sports, yes.
Shut
yeah,
up.
There was a lot of sports that happened this week. I don't know what happened. Someone, OBJ disappointed. Who else disappointed big time?
Did OBJ disappoint you more, or did MVS disappoint you more?
Well, not MVS because I can only expect so much from a young boy, but OBJ,
Yeah.
that's a grown ass man.
Yeah,
Who
that's a
has
bummer.
He has a 53% fucking catch rate on the year. I am disappointed. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
disappointing.
probably gonna write him a letter, let him know.
You should call him up.
Phillip Rivers ended up being rather disappointing too. It's kind of the game you're playing with your quarterbacks to stack the rest of your roster, though.
Oh, who Rivers? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
especially
Rivers.
against.
And Brissett, actually, now that I'm looking
Oh
at
yeah,
it.
yeah. Especially when Rivers was playing fucking Denver. Not to diss on your guys' team, just like you kind of expected a better performance at least. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Nah, I wasn't. Denver's defense is still legit. I don't care what happens.
Well,
Well, you're playing
Yeah.
half Chubb now, so you know.
Yeah, that was pretty disappointing. But honestly, the Chargers kind of have like the worst offensive line in the league right now, so that'll do it.
Damn, and there's a lot of bad offensive lines in the fucking league
Yeah.
right now, folks.
like
I mean, just by pure talent, it's not. But like their two best guys are injured now, and even with them, it's still really bad. So
Yeah.
now it's really, really, really bad.
Right.
mm.
Hey Jake, do you have nightmares of the video of Patrick Mahomes getting his ankle rolled up on twice?
Nope. It does not affect me. I've been able to keep a level head. He's a young guy. He's gonna recover. I'm not worried about it at all. Even though I now only have one quarterback and it's Patrick Mahomes. Basically all my eggs are in the basket of hoping he stays healthy. I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be fine. And
That's a good attitude to have.
Especially with Dak Prescott gone.
yeah,
you're
that's what I
double
was saying.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that you just let Dak play all of his easy games and then flipped him as soon as the schedule got hard.
Stop. And I got Lev Bell after all his hard games are gone, and he just has a cakewalk.
I mean, Nick had to make a move. Nick is in a rough spot. He had to make a move. I still think you won that trade, but it seems like half the league thinks the other way.
Yeah,
So I mean, apparently I think it's an even
It's a
trade.
I think it's even.
Especially because yeah.
Where I have
There's a bunch
quarterback
of
strength.
overvalued and undervalued players going in there, so.
If you want to disclose this information, you can. You don't have to. But what are you hoping for with Baker Mayfield?
I'm hoping for nothing. I honestly, it was like I would rather have him than
That
a
was the
waiver
price he
wire
paid.
quarterback. Like, I still am optimistic he has a couple good games this year,
waiver
but
wire
like,
quarterbacks. Are we talking about fucking Chris's bench right now?
go off! Woo!
Woo,
Woo!
You know,
You high-fived yourself, but it did, in my mind, seem like you guys high-fived each other, so that was
we did
pretty well
high
done.
five.
We did high-five
I sent
each
him a
other,
letter
yeah.
with a high five in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just made the
you know,
sound
oh,
so
you-
you would
oh,
know.
you-
So what's Chris's quarterbacks? We got Andy Dalton,
Daniel Jones, Andy Dalton,
Gardner Minshew, Marcus
yep,
Mariota.
Yep.
That is terrifying.
Tough
That's a lot
break.
of big names, you know.
If you combine all of those guys, you get a quarterback one.
Maybe.
Yeah, you get Russell Wilson, maybe. Yeah.
And I want to thank Chris personally, because every single move that I've made, which has been like, what, 4 or 5 trades to this point, is not possible if he doesn't want to trade for Daniel Jones.
That was the catalyst. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Because I didn't have anything else to trade except bench pieces until I got Larry Fitzgerald. Because I still have both my starting quarterbacks. I still have every wide receiver that I drafted, except I ended up flipping one of them, who I don't remember, for Brandon Cooks. And that's it. I still have like the same base team except for that trade I managed. So thank you, Chris.
Yeah, it's very weird looking at Chris's team and recognizing that he has 4 RB1s and 4 QB like 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris's team is strange.
Yeah, and he sits James Conner every week. Okay, all right.
It's like he can technically start all 4 running backs at the cost of everything else, but I don't know how he hasn't made any trade at all. Like, at least trade one of them for anything, for a quarterback.
Just go get Patrick Mahomes from Jake. Right here, Jake. Tell him you'll take him.
I'll take
That's for
him.
James
I'll
Conner.
take Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette, and Marlon Mack. And throw in James Conner, and you get Patrick Mahomes. How about that?
Ooh.
I know.
Well,
That
Chris,
should
go ahead,
pique your
go ahead.
interest.
Send him a letter. Mail him a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Trade him out. Yeah.
Leonard Fournette might be a tough get in that trade because that's what his team name is. So
What
other 3 no
What does
problem.
his team name mean? What is it?
I don't know. I think it's like Californication, except
No,
for
it's
medication.
fornication. Come on.
That's what I thought. I
Oh,
thought
no,
it
that
was
makes total sense.
fornication, but
He's trying to say that he's trying to say he has fucking sex, buddy. Huh?
it doesn't make sense.
It's true. He is. So I mean, good for him.
Oh,
Hell. Yeah.
we're all clapping right now because.
I'm like holding myself back
Okay.
from dropping prison names. So.
Mhm.
All right. So
Oh yeah.
honest answer: how are you guys feeling about Dalton's roster right now?
Not good. Honestly,
Not good?
No.
See, I'm actually.
No, it looks really fucking good.
I was about to say no. Like it's actually like he weathered the storm finally. It's about to start paying off. We'll see if it translates to wins, but it's honestly looking really good
Funny
right
because
now.
he just has all the no-name good guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Cortland Sutton, Michael Gallup, Aaron Jones. Who wants to fucking play these guys normally? But turns out they're really good.
As soon as Tyreek Hill's back, he has to bench one of those guys, so he actually does have trade pieces right now, and that's with Marquise Brown on the bench. His wide receivers are stacked. His running backs are a lot. Well, now he has Philip Lindsay like in that spot. His team's getting really deep all of a sudden when it's been like super dry up until this point.
I will say you probably don't want to have to play Jameis Winston every week, but it is like.
Oh yeah, his quarterbacks are his bane for sure.
But that is still like. You know, every other week you're gonna get 30-point games from him, so like. You're gonna pick up wins.
So you and Marcus and Dalton actually have very similar roster compositions. It's just his are deeper and yours are more like heavy. So he has like a better floor. You have like higher upside. Is how I see it. Or it might be opposite because you have players you have to start. He has to make decisions. So I could see that going either way.
Well, apparently not.
You didn't
buddy.
respond. I'm sorry.
Apparently, I don't have to play Juju, so you know.
I guess that's
Yeah.
true. That's a weird situation. Having to decide between Juju and Odell like a week ago didn't seem like an issue, and now it's like all of a sudden like that's a choice you have to make.
Yeah. I think OBJ technically goes in the flex at this point, which hurts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm already missing Larry Fitz. I ain't gonna lie. But hey.
I miss him too, and I never even got a chance to play him. I also miss Chris Carson. Everyone I ever traded and also traded for in the last few weeks had a great week last week.
Nice.
Like every single one.
Yeah.
Jake, you didn't respond in chat when I said this, so I want to confront you with it immediately and have a conversation about it. Chris Godwin for Julian Edelman is not aging well.
No, but honestly, I like. At the time I made the trade,
I get
it's
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's like you didn't get screwed, but
Godwin is like new Mike Evans. Mike Evans.
He's wide receiver 1 right now.
He's
not even Mike Evans 2.0. He's wide receiver 1 just straight up.
Yeah. It's I don't know. But it's like it's hard to feel bad about that because Edelman is still so like reliable. He, and now I don't even have Edelman. So.
Like he's decent. So it's,
yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't get screwed, and you flipped Edelman. So I mean, it kind of worked out. But
yes, you're right.
The idea of having Thielen as your wide receiver 2 would be far more scary than having whoever you have right now. Which I mean, you're still fine. In fact, I really like your team after that trade. I still think you won that trade, even if it's really close. But Godwin, is God tier right now, and kind of a weird flip that didn't end up working out. It still could. But I just think Godwin's situation was so much better. I think I thought that at the time. It didn't really translate immediately. But I'm sorry. I've been bringing up topics. Is there something you guys wanted to get to?
Normally we have like a sort of... But honestly, let's just have fun with it.
Yeah, I've been fucking your structure. I've been bringing everything up because I like talking about this stuff. And I don't really have people to talk to with it here. I've just been thinking a lot.
Yeah,
right,
look.
And I've been losing sleep over it.
Just,
at least
your
one
roommate just hears you whispering to yourself.
Just thoughts.
Yeah.
Look, if the Broncos can get...
I cannot believe, Jake, you actually like jumped on that trade with Nick, like almost the exact same trade that I was going to offer him. And I was trying to hold off. I was like, I'm going to wait one more week because I just have to be patient finally because I've been making so many trades. I just need to let this team run and see what I really have.
Well,
and then
it was after...
I saw the trade notification.
After I saw that Browns game, I was like, I can make this work. He's got to be so distraught that Baker...
And he clearly was.
I can figure this out. So...
Especially after we flamed him into existence over it.
And we're going to keep fucking flaming him, folks. It's not going to stop.
Yep.
Nick,
yes, sir.
Maybe Dak... Ingram has a really soft matchup this week. You could maybe pull a game. Who do you play?
I think he got decent value. It's just that he had to finally start trading for depth, and you hate to do that when your team is as thin as his.
Yeah. Well, he's actually... I mean, when you look at his lineup, it's really not that bad anymore. When you look like Dak, Gurley, Ingram, Galladay, Edelman, Breida in your flex.
Gurley's questionable for Sunday now. Did you see that?
That's not... Well, he's got Malcolm Brown on his bench. So I wouldn't worry that much about it.
Yeah, but he's questionable, so it's not like he can start one or the other. Like he has to wait till the last second.
Yeah, but
Gurley might play
it's not
anyway.
like he's
it's just brutal.
Playing the waiver wire either, though. Like he has him available.
No, he doesn't have to.
He's
That's
right
true.
there.
That's true.
It's just oh, he is out. Okay, though he straight up is just going no backup quarterback. He's just keeping Kyle Allen, but also leaving him on his bench. So, and he's playing Tampa Bay, and he's gonna bench him. Nick. Does someone want to send Nick a letter? Does someone want to send Nick a letter and let him know he's making a mistake again?
I'm gonna send him a strongly worded email and say, "Listen."
You see, I just don't know if he is. I just don't trust Kyle Allen that much.
Neither do I. But do you play Jarvis Landry or Kyle Allen?
See, I prefer Jarvis Landry, but I don't prefer starting a wide receiver of his caliber against any type of quarterback. So I honestly, it hurts. I just don't want to make that decision at all. I don't even want to think about making that decision.
Nick, your team sucks. Yeah, the idea that, because
it's genuinely the worst this season. There's no question.
Yeah, when is Breeze coming back? Is that?
Well, he started throwing, so I'd say at least in a couple of weeks. It's just can he survive a few more weeks?
He said. Yeah. Breeze said he's on schedule, and he was out 6 to 8 weeks. So, should be back pretty soon.
Let's see if he has a bye week coming up. That might play a factor. Yeah, he has a week 9 bye. That's in 1, 2.
He will have
4,
been
that's
out.
4 weeks. So
he will have been out for
So
6
feasibly,
weeks.
he comes
yeah.
back in 5 weeks. Like 5 weeks looks like a good bet.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
once I
that's
get
brutal.
fucking Cam back, boys, look out, okay? Just want to throw that one out there.
well,
Good luck.
Yeah, he's supposed to come back pretty soon.
Yeah,
who the
Hey,
I'm worried about
Hey,
Cam.
y'all heard about the chump of the freaking week?
who's that?
We went over like basically everyone that wasn't us. So
Yeah.
I don't remember who we actually
Oh,
decided
it's
on.
Mr. Dalton Gensler.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
Dalton, you know what really sucks? Losing by 0.4 points. You know what else really sucks? Picking
Ricky
up
Seals
Ricky
Jones.
Seals Jones and playing him. You know what else really sucks? Dropping Jason fucking Witten for Ricky Seals Jones. Can someone?
He could be 3-2 going back into almost having Tyreek Hill and Saquon back by like next week, and now he's down a game, and that's really
Yeah,
brutal.
and now he's got to play Jake.
Who?
That's also brutal.
Who? Jake? You're on a 3-win streak. Is that right?
Am I? I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, I think you did start 0-2.
You started
Oh, I
0-2,
remember
buddy.
that now. Yes, I tried very hard to forget that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And now you're sitting here with Zeke and Lev as your RBs 1 and 2, and Thielen and Woods as your WRs 1 and 2. That's pretty good.
That's
got-
much
you got-
worse than my running backs, but yes. Yeah. Dalton, you're in trouble. I'm coming for you.
You also have the number 1 tight end.
I do. In a very
Maybe not sustainably, but
But-
yeah, at the moment he is the number 1 tight end.
going up
so-
against
think
Arizona, like
I think I'm pissed I dropped him.
Oh, it
I'm
is against
pissed I
Arizona.
dropped
Yeah, that's
him.
true.
That's
yeah.
oh man, who would have thought Austin Hooper?
It feels pretty bad because I think every single sleeper tight end that I wanted to go to, minus like T.J. Hawkinson, give or take, kind of, has actually done really well, and I could have gotten pretty much any of them, but I kind of like tied myself to George Kittle,
Yeah,
which hasn't really worked out so far. I still believe in him, but like the 1 week he put up was the week I had already won, and every other week he's been like okay at best, and a bye.
right. Damn, that's why you should give him to me. I'll give you Waller, huh?
Good deal. I'm at max Raider player on my team limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't you like a big fan of the Raiders? Don't you want another one?
I'm a big fan of Josh Jacobs. Let's not get it twisted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Well, and that what was that? Antonio Brown in the second round, folks.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, imagine
questionable
how much
pick.
better I'd be, even with like Juju right now. It hurts.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
what are
I'm
you
glad
gonna
to hear
do?
it hurts. Yeah.
Everything hurts.
Like I'm still doing pretty good for missing so bad on my second. Like for drafting the bust, I'm like surprisingly okay still.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mason, did you know you're the big dick winner of the week? For
Mason.
putting up over
I
200
did.
points and bringing down Corey.
I've tried to be as humble about it as I can without being too crazy because I'm usually pretty overexcited about just winning. But honestly, I still don't feel so great about my team where I'm like confident in that. Like I'm glad it finally happened. I'm glad it finally popped off how I expected it to. And it's all because of my belief in Will Fuller. No one else believed. I believed in Will Fuller.
You can
Yeah,
you can
we
be
went from, what,
validated
like
in
the
that.
wide receiver 20 something to the wide receiver 8 in one game.
in one week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the game Will Fuller plays. In fact, it's the complete opposite of how I played it last year. Because last year, in my flex, I had Jarvis Landry there like all week or all year, and it was just a constant 10 points every week. And now I'm all boom or bust, baby. It's either 7 points or 50, and I'm with it.
Yeah. That's so you're going to keep playing Will Fuller, is what you're saying.
Well, I've kind of, because of the Antonio Brown thing, I kind of put myself in a point where I've had to trade all of my extra assets away. So I don't have a bench. I really do not have a bench unless I want to start Marvin Jones or Tariq Cohen, and I don't want to do that. So I actually was kind of somewhat surprised to learn that everyone that owned Will Fuller, like in every other league, like most people didn't start him, and it's understandable, but I had to. So when he does pop off, golden. That's an extra 50 points in the bank. So yeah, I probably will start trading or starting Will Fuller until I potentially trade him. But I
Right.
still don't think anyone else is interested in him.
Yeah. How many more 50-point games do you think he has left in the tank?
1 or 2.
You think?
You think he hits?
Yeah, maybe by the
50
end of his
again?
career.
Yeah.
No, at least 30-point games though.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, there might be. You know.
Because I do have to disagree with one thing you said in an earlier podcast, and honestly, you might not even have like meant it. You might have just kind of went past it. But you said if there's any teams to have two wide receivers on, I don't know if it's the Texans. And in my mind, that's like maybe the only team where I would want to start two wide receivers if I had to.
There are certainly better
I'm pretty
candidates.
sure they're going to be
Not
passing.
not the
but-
Buccaneers.
Okay,
not the
well, yeah,
Rams.
that's another one. You got me there. Okay, those are the other two that I would go to.
Yeah.
Yes. Even the Bucks are sketchy though, because honestly, Mike Evans has been putting up duds, and then like Godwin has.
Yeah,
a
hey,
dud.
hey, let me
And,
tell you the spread last week between the wide receivers and the Buccaneers. Between Mike Evans and Godwin,
Yeah.
there was 7 receptions,
Jesus.
140 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So that's pretty good for 2 wide receivers, you know?
That is pretty
Yeah.
good for the two wide
Yeah,
receivers.
so-
You can get away
yeah.
with that. And it's not like the Texans. It's not like D Hop and Will Fuller haven't put up duds, but like.
No. And not at the same
It's just they're
time.
passing so much, and they're going to be more likely to get into a shootout than other teams that like I'm confident.
Yeah.
With it. And they hardly
I
run.
think it was just funnier when you also had Duke Johnson Jr. in there in the mix.
Oh
too.
yeah.
I was really sad because I read a tweet yesterday saying that Duke Johnson is actually like per advanced stats like doing really good at avoiding contact and being really like super elusive, like literally top 3 in a handful of categories, but he never gets more than 10 touches a week except for week 1 before they had Carlos Hyde. So it's pretty depressing that didn't work out, but at the same time not starting 3 Texans is also nice.
Yeah. I think they're freaking stees, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I mean,
they're,
I'd
like,
rather
chucking
have
it.
I'd
They're
rather
chucked
have
down.
2 Texans wide receivers than 2 Vikings wide receivers. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I think everyone said that at the day of the draft though. I
Yes.
think everyone was aware that
Yes.
was the truth.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was still such a bold fucking take, Jake. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Well, what can I say? I'm a bold ass bitch, you know.
At least it's like it's not killing you anymore. But
Mhm.
Well,
Diggs is just such a weird spot because like he hardly has trade value, but he's just got so much upside that he has literally yet to hit, and he might not hit because of this game. So
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
much.
when the problem is we just don't need him as a team for the Vikings. You know, like we need him to be on the field, but not like to catch every throw.
You
We have
just
other
need him
ways
to
get it
like
down there.
you just need him to get like 5 to 10 receptions a game, be like this sort of alternate. But yeah, if you're in trouble, you're going to throw it to Thielen, and if you're really in trouble, you're just going to give it to Cooks. Like
Yeah.
there's no real role.
yeah, last year having Thielen and Diggs would have been super viable. Like you can easily have depended on at least one of them putting up a lot, and sometimes they both did.
Mhm.
This year, that just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Like it's going to be one or the other, and mostly Thielen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy run scheme, baby. What are you gonna do about
Heavy
it?
run scheme and good defense.
We have the
it's,
best
not
running
looking
back
good.
in the league right now, baby.
Is
Besides,
it-
you know, crit, you know.
Yeah, there's
C-Mac
no
or
way
whatever.
that's not McCaffrey. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the best black running back in the league, baby.
There you go.
Hey.
That's
And I think.
that's a little
Wait,
bit segregation.
is there
but
only
I'm with it.
one white running back right now?
Honestly, Christian McCaffrey's been like the only good white running back in like the last 20 to 30
Hell
years.
yeah. What a
It's like-
monster.
Do you guys remember Peyton Hillis? Like that's genuinely the only other example, and that lasted
Yeah,
one
wasn't
season.
Walter Payton white, huh?
It was
No.
Oh shit. So
You actually made me think about that because I was like, wow, that's a really white name.
yeah.
But, no.
that's I had the same sort of hiccup. That's like, well,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. I was like, wait,
Wait,
Walter?
Walter? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Hush.
Walter White. Anybody?
Hey,
Hey.
you guys remember that thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That actually comes out tomorrow, so that's exciting. That movie, but
Yeah.
that's
Hey,
beyond the
Breaking Bad. Are we talking about freaking Nick's team?
point. Yeah.
Go off.
Well, yeah. Well, you have to have been good at one point to break
Oh,
bad.
gotcha. Breaking
Yeah.
Bad. What are you, Corey? Huh?
What are you, freaking Corey?
There you go. It might be more
What are you,
relevant.
freaking Cordell Patterson over there?
Honestly, I still think Corey has a good team for what it's worth. Just
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty volatile at this point. Those running backs are super volatile. I do think Chris Carson was a good get for him, and I think Joe Mixon was kind of decent for me too because of where my running backs are at. But I think Corey's doing fine. I think Julio and Keenan were meant to have a down season or down week eventually, and it finally happened. Shame it happened at the same time, but I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
Well,
you have Keenan Allen and Julio Jones. Like, that's Julio especially is going to have off weeks, but they're definitely you're safe at wide receiver. You're not worrying about that.
Yeah.
And he has shockingly decent depth because Evan Ingram's actually really good, and apparently Sonny Michel might be startable some weeks. And same with James White. I would hate to make those decisions on a weekly basis, but I mean, there's talent there. There's upside there.
Let me run some.
Rashad Penny's never going to be good.
Let me run some power ranking numbers by you, and you tell me if you agree or disagree with their spot. Okay.
Okay, I'm with this.
Nick is at 10. Now, I don't know.
Yes,
I
agreed.
might. Well,
You really
Yeah.
think Dalton?
I mean-
or not Dalton? You really think Alex goes?
Anybody? No.
I think Alex is number 9.
I put Nick at 8 when he was 2-0, and that was like unbelievable. Because I was like, I need to give him credit for actually winning, but his team is bad, and he's
Yeah,
getting
remember
lucky
when
with
he
the schedule,
won
so.
with like 106 points?
Yeah.
I think it was more than that, but he would never. I don't know if Nick's even put up 150.
No,
That
he
sounds
hasn't.
like
He
maybe-
hasn't. He hasn't put up more
Yeah.
than 149.4 points. I kept track of that.
I think that's like the basis, right? Like that's the average roll trying to hit weekly is like 150.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh yeah.
my week 1 and 2 wins, I both put up just over 150, and then when I lost,
Yeah.
I put up like 110, 130. So I think 150 has become like the new baseline.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 140, but
Oh yeah. I don't think
that's where I'm at.
if you're a good team, I don't think you put under 150 unless you have like a total fuck up week. You know, like when Cam got
Yeah.
hurt and McCaffrey put up 6 for me. I put up 120.
That was a good week. I had a good week that week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you had a good week. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was it.
Actually, I had an average week, as we've just decided. You just,
153.
McCaffrey
Oh
didn't
yeah.
put up-
Oh yeah. My
yeah.
team fell through the fucking floor. Yeah.
I'm trying to see who won by the least last week, and it was Alex with 156, and then that was you putting up 150. So yeah, it looks like 150 is like a really good baseline. Who's number 9? Sorry.
Alex.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's probably agreeable. I want to like Alex's team more than like it's producing, but at this point, like, yeah, he was almost 1-4 by like the skin of his teeth. So
Well, Eckler's still got a couple of weeks left in him, but they're definitely going to fade him out as time goes on. And then David Johnson is very questionable in health and consistency. And then, you know, I traded away
it's-
Fitz and Gordon as my depth. I didn't realize it till I'm looking at it right now. Fitz and Gordon are his WR1 and 2.
That's
I did
true.
not realize that.
that's how he has them started. But honestly, you can say DJ Shark's his wide receiver 1.
True. And that's who. Wow, DJ Shark, what a steal! What a
Yep.
fucking steal!
Just in real life football terms, I just want to say how rare DJ Chark is because after the combine, his rookie season last year, because he's 6'4" and he ran like a ridiculous 40, like I think it was like 4.3 or something. And rarely do those like big fast prospects actually work out. Like we're talking Brashad Perrimans.
Yeah, there's only so many
But
AJ
DJ
Greens.
Chark's. Well, AJ Green was even a little bit slow coming out. I
Really?
think. Not slow, but like
Right.
DJ Chark was like I think the fastest 40 time in his combine class.
Wow.
So I'm talking super speed and super big wide receivers. They just don't tend to actually work out. But DJ Chark's going off. Gardner Minshew's part of it. I'll give Alex credit for having Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson. I think that's one of the better quarterback groups in the league.
That's
Oh, yeah.
true, but like you can't do it all with quarterbacks. You really can't. Like,
No, you can't. And it's like David John. His running backs are so volatile, even though like they're pretty decent, and his wide receivers are deep. But he keeps having to make wrong decisions because they are so deep. So it's a weird roster. I have no problem with
He,
putting him
he
at
has
number
the
9 right
ultimate
now. But
team of wide receiver twos. That's for sure.
yeah, he really does now.
Yeah.
Because even then, Chark's not like proven over a period of time. He's just doing really well right now.
Right.
So we'll see.
Calvin Ridley's
But I think there
solid.
is like I think there's even a big group or like a big difference between Nick and Alex, and Alex is a lot closer to like the rest of the
Oh, yeah.
group, is my opinion.
They have Trent at number 8. Do you agree with that? I would say so.
Let me see.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree.
he doesn't have consistency.
I'd even be as far to say I would prefer Alex's roster, but I think they're pretty interchangeable
Yeah.
at this rate.
I don't know. Nick Chubb is just such a monster to have on your team.
Mhm.
And
He is.
Amari
I just can't see.
Cooper.
I think they have pretty much the opposite problems. I think Alex or Trent has like the much better floor upside, top three players overall probably, and Alex's team is just more like
It's just all depth.
even across the
yeah,
board.
Yeah. And
Sorry, I'm
Trent-
just looking at Trent's team.
yeah,
Trent's also had LaShawn McCoy for 6 weeks and never played him, which is also very funny to me.
I don't blame him for that.
Yeah. And then Tevin Coleman's finally back, and he's probably gonna be pretty damn good. Honestly, he looks pretty good.
It's just between like McCoy and Coleman, he's always starting someone like in a committee, and you never know who's actually gonna get it. He should be good, but I don't know. I'm sketched. I'm really sketched by his roster.
Count too. Lower.
I'm really sketched by Trent's roster. Like, I'm very sketched.
That's the thing. Trent could have one of the best rosters by the end of the year, but it could also easily be one of the most inconsistent and lowest snap percentage for all his players compared to any other team. Where a lot of his players are taking like 50% snaps or 60% snaps. And we're betting on guys with 95%, 90%, you know? So
I think he might have the most volatile roster, like, in the league.
Yeah.
Like, literally, he could be the top scorer one week and the lowest the
you
next.
could say it's Nick, but the problem is Nick actually has consistency after that trade, and he's also consistently shit. So
that's kind of what I was about to say. I was like, I don't see him ever.
Yeah, well,
being
Trent's
top scorer
volatility is like, you know, top 5 or maybe even top 3, bottom 2, if not the worst team in the league by the end of the year. It's just impossible to predict. I mean, Amari Cooper's looking really, really good, though. Looking like a great pick.
Have we noticed that he picked up and is about to start O.J. Howard? What the fuck? What the fuck? Don't do that, Trent.
You guys saw his catch at the game, though? He had a one-handed baseball catch in the stands.
Trent, listen to me. Don't. I think I saw something about that, but don't start O.J. Howard. It will not go well.
I don't know what other option he has right now.
Anybody else?
Okay, here. I'm gonna.
On the waiver. Yeah, I'm just looking at his roster.
You could have picked up Jason Witten, which wouldn't even be good.
Oh,
but
there's not really good picks left. Honestly, I mean, go pick up your boy back up. Go grab Vance McDonald or Noah Fant. You love those names.
Yeah.
You love those guys, Trent. You love them.
Trent T.J. Hawkinson is available. Actually, Trent's not gonna watch this. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. On to the next.
Yeah, it is fun talking to the players through the pod, like you're talking to a dog, giving them advice, you know? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're wagging your freaking tail. There's nothing going on. Yeah.
Okay, I probably got like 10 minutes before I head out.
Okay. Well, then let's just fuck the power rankings. You know what, Dalton? You did a great job. I'm number 1. Mason's number 2. Jake's number 7. I think that's unquestionable.
Come on.
No one here is gonna fight about it.
I have 3 wins. This is bullshit.
Yeah, but are you better than Chris's team? That's the real question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So next week we got. Let's see. Let's start off with the basic bitches. Josh versus Nick.
Should be an open and shut game. Kamara Evans should just pop off and send Nick into being 2-4, and
See, this might be a winnable game for Nick just because Josh's team has a tendency to be boom or bust every single week.
Right.
Oh God, he's starting Kenyon Drake in his flex.
Who?
Ugh.
He did that. He started him as running back 2 against me when I played him that week, and you guys still chose him to beat me. He did, but I was upset.
That's because we're fucking geniuses.
We're too smart.
I think you guys are like 1-4 on me though.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Sure. I actually haven't done it every
probably.
week. I still.
Still what?
It's a pretty close matchup.
Yeah.
I like both there.
Yeah. It's
Honestly,
definitely
I think
one
I
of those
give Nick
games,
a decent
like
chance to win
last
this.
week with Alex and me, it's Chris's game it's Josh's game to lose. Like,
Yeah, I
if
can
Josh
agree with that.
fucks up with his picks and gets cute with like Kenyon Drake over Royce Freeman, and Kenyon Drake doesn't put up and he loses by 10 points, that's his fault, you know? Mike Williams can drop out and give you a 2, and Damian Williams, who fucking knows? It
Because
could be 20, it could be 5.
yeah, Nick's team is it's going to put up like 120 to 140 points. All Josh has to do is clear
this
that.
New team might actually break 150.
Maybe.
And
Yeah, you don't
it's
have to
pretty
start
solid.
Baker. You don't have to Galladay is a genuinely
He's good.
yeah.
He's really good. He's just,
He's currently wide receiver 26.
With a
so
bye.
I mean that's about where
with
I'm
a
at.
bye.
That's true. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Because if we look,
25 points, 3 points, 23 points in the last 3 games. That's about what to expect.
I mean,
yeah,
again,
So I-
Ingram has like a really soft matchup. He could pop off. Like,
Yeah, he could.
yeah, that's one of those cases where like they're being like, oh, just put Edwards out there. That's the only way Mark Ingram has a bad game. So,
right.
I think that's pretty. Yeah, I think that's actually closer than maybe we give it credit for. So cool.
Yeah, I give it a pretty close one,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, another close game. I got Alex versus Mason here.
Yeah,
I think I got to give it.
he has some good.
I don't think I can give it to anyone.
I'm favored, but there's like equal match. Like genuinely, I'm mostly afraid of the New England defense going against a depleted Giants team. Like that's just
And
terrifying.
a rookie
Yeah.
Giants QB versus Bill Belichick.
Yep.
Nope.
He also has Deshaun Watson going up against Kansas City. I expect that to be a shootout,
Yeah.
so I really like that matchup for him. Every other one of his matchups, I'm really lukewarm on, except for Duke Johnson versus Atlanta. I think that's good.
You got Lamar versus Cincy. Cincy has a bad secondary, and Lamar, out of all things, as most QBs would like to hand off the ball when they start getting bored, it feels like Lamar likes to chuck it 40 yards. So,
Or
you got
run
some
it
hope
40
on that.
yards. Yeah. Like,
maybe Dalton should play fucking Hollywood Brown. I don't know.
Maybe. My lone advantage against Alex is that he has Deshaun Watson, and I have both of his top targets. So if they get the touchdowns, it won't matter for him. But if they keep throwing to the tight ends like they've started doing recently, which I don't like, or even just Kuchi, because I think Stills might be out or at least is hurt, then he'll probably get the advantage. But it kind of just depends who gets those
Yeah,
touchdowns.
you definitely have safer floor with your QBs, and you definitely have a safer
That's what I'm
floor
saying,
with your tight end. But he's got way better RBs, and DeAndre Hopkins and Brandon Cooks could either bring you 45 to 60 points or 20. So that's right.
He does have Carson Wentz going up against Minnesota. I think
Yeah.
that is one of the few things I have in my advantage.
Yeah, we're
and
I don't even know if like Minnesota will stop him. I just think that's like the
gonna
lowest scoring,
we're
a
gonna
lowest
stop-
scoring
we're gonna
game.
freaking stop him. And it won't be low scoring
Yes.
because Cook's gonna go
I
off
hope
for
so for
200
once.
fucking yards again. Okay.
That for once I won't be upset about that.
Yeah.
He does have better running backs, but at this point, like for once, like usually this is a bad thing, but I got the Adrian Peterson at least against Miami.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is like. Well, even then, it's not a safe thing.
And
But
did
like,
you hear the
yeah.
quote from the coach? He said it's not about YPC, it's about rushing attempts. And then they're like, but they said something about the stats, and he's like, if you haven't noticed, the team that runs more normally wins.
Yeah,
So
it's because if you're winning, you're
yeah,
winning.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And I read a comment that was like, it's like, hey, don't tell them that the team that kneels in the fourth quarter is the one that wins normally.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like my running backs have a chance to match him, but they're definitely his
If
favorite.
Austin
like,
Eckler
for
starts
sure.
falling out and they want to move to Melvin Gordon,
Yeah, if like Melvin Gordon gets a bunch of touches, I'm
yeah, I
golden.
could see a situation
At least in that one.
where they fall. Not that this is very likely, but they fall a little bit behind Pittsburgh, and suddenly it becomes the Melvin Gordon show, where they're
Yeah.
just trying to get their talent out there and get them running. So,
Like Pittsburgh's defense is good, so like I have hope that Eckler kind of bombs. It's not a great one, but like there's a chance. I think David Johnson eats against Atlanta though, no matter
oh yeah,
what.
and if not, he's already got Chase Edmonds on his bench. So
Yeah,
yeah, so that's a toss up too. Jake versus
his
Dalton,
wide receivers. I think. Oh
that's
yeah,
pretty,
let's go
that's
to
pretty
it.
easy bet. That's
Yeah,
Jake, you have this one.
it's my game to lose.
Congrats.
Oh man, okay.
It's your game to lose.
Let me see,
Actually, that's a
let me
lie. That's
see.
Aaron Jones and Chris Godwin's game to win.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where I would be scared if I was you, Jake. Right?
Where's that?
Let's pretend Matthew Stafford has one good game. Okay. Okay. I know,
The whole
pretty
year.
fun.
It's against Green Bay. I'm not even betting
Yeah.
on it.
Okay. Oh no, never mind. You got this. He's playing the 49ers versus fucking the LA Rams. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. You're good. You're good. I was gonna say if Matthew Stafford does good and Michael Gallup's on you, it's over.
But
Yeah. I've seen some situations where he's matching you like almost, but even then you win a couple blatant matchups and then you still have the advantage in most of those. Like
I think the whole story is
anything.
like Mahomes versus Winston, Zeke versus Philip Lindsay, Bell versus Jones. Like, I don't know. I guess Jones is
Yeah, those are the
probably.
ones I'm like even mostly talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
And here's the nicknames from Dalton's team. James is wins a ton,
yes.
and
Okay.
Philip Lindsay is Trent if he played football. So
Trent does play football occasionally.
Pretty much every nickname in this that anyone's made is pretty much garbage. Like most of them.
Yes.
Hurt Hammy Watkins is gold.
Also, the Mahomes is where
I'll
the
give you that.
Mahart is funny. Okay, it is funny.
No, I don't like Patrick Mahomes, so it's a bad
Patrick
name.
makes me
Mahomes.
Marcus, Marcus, you have a lot of pressure on you because if Sammy Watkins never gets right, there's a chance that you got fleeced by Dalton by trading him a kicker.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing. First off, okay, I lost six.
That
I
shouldn't be
lost six
possible.
fab. That's all I lost. 6 fab. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I picked up a kicker that doubled the points Matt Gay put up. So,
I know. I'm saying no. Like you shouldn't lose that trade in any situation
I
whatsoever.
might
But if
have,
like
yeah.
Sammy Watkins doesn't
Yeah.
have one decent game in your starting lineup all season, or gets traded for like anything, then somehow Dalton won that trade.
yeah. Well, Dalton's a freaking
That's
genius.
just so-
He's a mad fucking genius.
I hate it. I don't want that to be right because
Yeah.
that's.
Are you
not
ready
right.
for me to lose that trade and the OBJ trade somehow? We're
Yeah,
like,
no, I was talking Alex through that one. I was like, Alex, this is pretty much a bad trade, and he's like, I know, or he didn't even say I know. He's just he had made up his mind. He did the Trent thing, like where he knew what he was going to do, but he was just thinking about it for like an hour. And he knew he was going to do it the
yeah,
whole time.
that's what I'm scared of. That's
That's
why
what
I'm
he
scared
did.
to send trades to Chris, Alex, and Dalton because you're going to be their fucking sideline coach, giving them good
Well,
advice.
usually I'm not, but that one very specifically, like we were playing Apex when you sent that trade.
Oh,
or when you
really?
guys
Like
sent
the
Oh.
second it got set? Yeah.
No, we were playing, and then he's like, "Oh, this is interesting," and I was like, "Okay, what's going on?" And then he told me, and I was like, honestly, I made him double the fab that you gave him.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when I sold it. I was like, all right, okay. I'm not even going to fucking barter with Alex here. $20, here you go.
Yeah, I was telling him not to do it, and honestly, I wouldn't have done
Yeah.
it, but I knew that Josh Gordon thing
Yeah.
was going to make him want to do it.
Yeah,
And it's not like a terrible
And-
trade. It wasn't like he fleeced him blatantly, but
yeah, and there's a lot of
I wasn't in favor of
There's
it.
a lot of pressure on me to not go 3-3, but if I go 3-3, it's not a big deal. I think Juju's got better days. I think OBJ's got better days. I got Cooper Kupp, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, your core is set. I do agree that OBJ has better days. I could see Juju not just because of that
Sure,
quarterback situation, but he could still.
I
He has
think
upside,
Juju
no
is
doubt.
one of those scenarios where he's just more talented, and he's learning more and more about the
Yeah,
game
I agree.
constantly. I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
Thing is, it might
Yeah.
just take a full year for him to get used to that, like cornerback one coverage without a good quarterback. He has upside. I'm with you
Yeah.
there. I just could also
And-
see him not fizzling or working
And
this
as
year.
a flex spot, 13,
Oh, yeah,
13,
great situation.
17, 4, 17. I think I'm good.
Yeah,
so-
no, I agree.
so-
I think you're in the
it-
driver's
yeah.
seat.
So there
far.
is pressure on me to win this game. Am I gonna win it? That's up in the air. I mean, it's it's basically Christian McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook versus Michael Thomas and Tyler Boyd. So
yeah.
Honestly, if I'm you, I'd take a couple L's if they stop getting the usage they want because I'd be so scared of them getting like, especially Christian McCaffrey, just getting so many touches. And it might not affect him this season, and you might be good, but it's just like that wear and tear by the end of the season. You really need him to be going. I don't need like a week 5, 35 touch game in between a 30 and a 40 touch
oh
game.
yeah. And they're
Yeah.
not. I mean, they're not going to as it goes on. They're not going to give him. How many attempts did he get? He only got 20 attempts last week. So
Yeah, but he gets a bunch of
Yeah.
touches because he gets a lot of receptions too.
yeah, I think he's already at over 100 touches on the year. So.
Yeah, I'm not as worried about that with Dalvin Cook, although his injury likeliness is just more likely, but I'm afraid Christian McCaffrey is going to get ran into the ground. And it might not matter this season, like I said. It also might.
But yeah, you always think
It's
about
great.
that with such fucking high usage because that's like his
Yeah.
main asset is that he is the Carolina Panthers, pretty much. That's like, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, my hope is my bet is at this point is Cam Newton comes back around the time that would really start to affect it, and then I could just double up on them, and hopefully, Cam Newton's still a on the ground threat, and that can
Right.
take away some pressure from needing to give Christian McCaffrey constant touches. And instead, he can start taking those receptions. So.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Okay, I'm gonna head out. I just want to leave on one last thing. Every single 3-2 team plays a 2-3 team, so there is a small yet somewhat likely chance that everyone is tied 6 weeks in.
Alternatively, half the league is 4-1, half the league is 1-4. That would be
4-1,
fun.
buddy. Nice fucking math. Can I
Or
get a
fo-
call on Nick on that one?
Why?
Yeah, it's like, wait,
Why
what
am I this
was that a
way?
bit?
4-2, 2-4.
I don't know. I was like, everyone could be 3-3 next week.
That would be
All right.
so much fun.
That would actually be
That's
crazy.
fun. I like it. No, I enjoy this. I like that it's so close. I like that everyone's a game. No one is broken away. It's interesting.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't. I don't. I wish I was 4-1.
You could. Be.
I
You
could
very
be
well
making
be.
any trade right now. Who cares? Nope. Yeah. All right.
Jake, I'll be in your DMs next week because
Yeah, I didn't
I'll
ask
work
what
some
that
stuff
trade
out.
was, but let me know.
I'm not going to tell you yet because I don't want you watching yet either. I don't want you having time to think about it until next week. I don't know if I'll go through with it yet, but
Okay.
I
Well,
probably will. So,
let me know.
All right.
all right.
Have
Well,
fun.
have a good one.
Have a good day. I'll see you later.
Studying, yeah. I got some what is it? Conservation biology to work on. Yeah.
Jeez.
Conservation
Maybe you should
biology.
try-
Alright.
Yeah, maybe you should try some liberal biology, huh?
No.
Sorry.
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 No. No.
Sorry.
No.
Oh shit.
Okay, Mason,
Yeah,
send me
that
the.
would make him leave, huh?
Did he leave?
Yeah. Or then.
All right, and into the final section, the game of the week, we have Trent and Corey, which is definitely. I don't know. I had such high hopes for Trent's team, but it's a shame to see him go out like this, you know? Go 2-3 like this.
It's what do you call this? The classic Trent year. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Where he comes in, he's got a cool team, he's made some good decisions, he's looking decent. You put one injury on him, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Everything collapses.
Everything collapses. And I'm not saying he's not a good manager. I'm not saying he doesn't know what to do.
Mhm.
But right now I'm looking at his lineup. I see Devontae Adams on his super flex. And
Who
Devontae
is
Adams
not
is out.
playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see Josh Allen on his bench, which is fine. But you can't bet. Because at this point, his super flex is going to be Chris Thompson, you know?
Yeah. Or like Tevin Coleman, I guess.
Yeah, he'd even put in a waiver move for Teddy Bridgewater, Chase Daniels. Like, I get we don't like these people. I
Right.
get no one wants Chase Daniels. That makes sense. But at the same time, we're in a super flex league.
You have to play someone there
Yeah,
in your
you
super
have-
flex.
You
Yeah.
need to go and make a decision that matters and say, hey, you know, a QB3 is still better than a WR3 any day of the week.
Right.
Any day of the week. I would rather take 5 points on Matthew Stafford than 10 points on, like, Jordan Howard in my super flex.
Right.
Because at least I know Matthew Stafford's consistently going to put up closer to 15 to 20 points week by week. So Trent, if he comes in here and actually fixes up his lineup, he might have a gain going on here.
But it's like I said, he is going to play OJ Howard. He's going to lose this week, and it's going to be his fault. He's going to let Corey go to 4-2. Nobody
Yep.
likes that.
Yep. And he's got the tight end too, Will Disley.
Yeah.
It's the tight end 5. My bad. He's the tight end 1 in standard. Huh. Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. Who is the tight end 2? That's the real question, y'all. It's Evan Ingram. I forgot how good he is. Yeah, I don't think anyone gets that either. Evan Ingram, basically. Yeah, whatever. Corey, this is your game to lose, but I also think there's just like technically this is game of the week because we forgot to declare one, and it was last.
Yeah, this was just the last one that we did, so
But I think there is
everybody's
a
3-2 playing 2-3 team. Like, there's no. It's impossible to tell who's good and who's bad. We're just trying to draw some order out of this chaos. Like,
Yeah. Well, basically, there's soft teams and hard teams, right? Like soft teams that are very like plushy. They kind of are very moldable. Who really knows where they're gonna be? And then there's like,
Flaccid,
a couple
you
of
could-
teams that are just like solidified. They're in their spot. Chris has a good team. I have a good team. Mason has a good team. Corey has a good team. You know,
right.
you have a good team.
My
Like,
team's okay.
they're just set in stone. I mean, you have the tight end one, and I would love to say that Zeke and Bell are my RBs 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm very happy
Well-
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't love to say that because I have McCaffrey and Cook. But you
Yeah,
get
you-
my point. You get my fucking point.
I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. I gotta say, it also feels good knowing Chris is like a less pansier version of my idea of how to draft, and it actually worked out really good for him, which is just target RB1s all day,
Right.
and then just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait on your QBs. It actually worked out for him.
I do
Yeah, but-
appreciate
Oh, go
the courage, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you got this random Gardner Minshew pick that like saves your season,
Oh yeah.
and now you have a nuts
Right.
team. Like, yeah.
And you know he picked it because he was desperate, not because he was like, I'm a real Gardner Minshew believer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Gardner Minshew actually looks really good. What are you going to do about that, boys, huh? We all missed him.
I don't know. Yeah, what else is going on?
Wait, like in general or like in football?
Yeah, in general, what's up with you, you know?
Oh, me? Oh, shoot. I've been freaking shooting the shit. I've been
Yeah.
chilling. I've been mobbing, robbing.
I'm just chilling.
Doing some real bad guy shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
Relaxing, maxing, acting all cool.
What you know about mobbing, gamer, you know?
What you know about Robin, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you know about Tex?
Yeah. Here's a
Um,
heads up, folks. If you want to feel better about your lineup week by week, you can actually set your sleeper lineup like 3 weeks in advance. Just a heads up. You know, if you want to feel better about that projection in week 9, you can change that now. Just thought I'd let you know. So
You can go into your thing and say, I'm going to pull Patrick Mahomes for week 7. I'm going to start Baker
Why is he
Mayfield
on
because I
bye?
believe, you know?
Oh yeah. I believe. You know.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. Here's
He's
the thing
my-
about bread. Here's the thing about bread, folks. It takes time to become good. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta bake that shit. All right. You gotta give it some time. The other thing that has been interesting to me recently with football, I know you said in general, but it's the fact that, like Mason was saying, if we all go 3-3, we're basically at week 1 again.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty funny, just to have a total toss-up again. And at
I
that
would-
point, and at
I
that
would
point,
love for
I'm
that
sitting
to
here thinking, like, should we just redraft? Should we do, like, a keeper-based redraft?
That'd be fun. If everyone
It would be
agrees.
interesting. I think
Yeah.
if everyone agrees. Can I get a hell yeah in the chat, you know?
If we can get 9 hearts on this post in the chat, then we'll do a full redraft
Yeah,
after
no keepers.
next week.
No
No.
keepers.
No
And I'm number
keepers.
1, so I'm giving up my keeper, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. This year, it's funny too because, and this is so bad to state out because we're just making fun of him, but Nick is at a point differentiation between the next guy in front of him for points for, right?
Mm-hmm.
By 85 points. I don't know if
Yes.
you know that. That's ridiculous.